Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Today, we've got a team that's been great at defending the pass. The Falcons are top 10 at defending the pass, and they'll be going up against the Panthers, who will need to solve that secondary. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
Larry, we are just off of Centennial Olympic Park Drive at the home of the Falcons since 1992. It's the Georgia Dome here in downtown Atlanta. Tonight, we wind up Week 5 with a good battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. 2nd down following the incompletion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. And here now the defensive starters for Atlanta.
When I watch Khalil Mack play, I just see fury, passion, and incredible athleticism. This guy can flat out play.
So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
He'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out there, a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity, nothing big.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And it'll bring up 3rd down. And the big boys up front in the trenches, what do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Here's Jeff Locke now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field, and they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time with just punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, it's time for them to give them a rest. You took the words right out of my mouth.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They come up at an offset eye. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Dancing to his left. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll lead here to a third down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Shaq Thompson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. They'll come out throwing here on first down. They've got his man complete. It's a gain of 24 that time. And that leads to an Atlanta first down.
Brandon, in our meeting with the coaches prior to this game, we heard them talk about the opportunity for the deep pass. They've got a receiver who can sprint out wide. They wanted to make sure they had a chance to get it to him and loosen up the defense.
This is Coleman. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And it's possible that today the most important group could be the linebackers.
Yeah, the second level, as we like to call them, right? Defensive front has to control things, but the linebackers, they do more than clean up. They help create big plays.
They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Second down now after the incompletion. They'll set up to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Coleman now. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are, but on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are, and that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case...
And he coughed it up! But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. 2 yards to go here on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Detroit! Back that up, Philly. Here we go. Let's go.
Here's a carry for a former starter. This is T.J. Yeldon down to the 25. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Now Graham Gano to try the Panther field goal. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's a 2nd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. They'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. First down coming there on the intermediate passing play. That's been a point of emphasis, they told us in practice, using those medium routes to keep the defense off balance.
And it wasn't just them telling us. We got to watch them practice it and work on it because they've been trying to fine-tune it and get it right before this game. And I think they have to be happy with the result.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Going underneath, it's Coleman. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Coleman. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout.
Here we go. Blue, landed.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Evans has it left side. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Here we go. 3-19.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. Finding time. This is intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it. One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can...
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he fires one incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They'll set up a throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he takes it down deep into Atlanta territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. 55 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still, no yardage. Okay. 3rd and 11, 5 in the secondary now.
Nickel look. Gun. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Joey Bosa coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So as it turns out, that sack does not wind up costing him, at least in terms of getting points. They get 3.
Yeah, once you see your quarterback go down the backfield, you think, Uh-oh. But fortunately for them, their kicker came to the rescue and made sure they got something out of that drive after all.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too. And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
They're going to look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This will be taken at the 10. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Panthers will get it here as they take possession. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2nd down and just 1. Yeldon, the lone running back. Now this time he'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Their dangerous wide receiver hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point. And our score stays right where it is. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And almost intercepted. It would have been his 2nd pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum big play right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And 2nd and 10, and he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And on the ground they go with a running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Now T.J. Yeldon. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
He went full scale, loose, flexible, finding a way to catch the ball in some traffic for a key 1st down.
Yeah, really a nice job of adjusting to the ball in the air. Not the most accurate of throws, but able to adjust and make the grab. They'll drop the throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
2nd down here after the incomplete pass.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
All right, here we go.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So out come the Falcons now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And the Panthers coming out now. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They come up in an offset eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. He'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. And we'll begin it with a field goal try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, I just kept using it.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
23 yards on the play. And now a first down following that long gain.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Now back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Now they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line. And the O-line will have to do a better job protecting here on 3rd down after that sack. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to...
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
2nd down now after the pass completion. They come up in an offset eye. He'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
Back to Philly. Here we go. Set. Green. Back to Philly. Here we go. Set. Green. Leopard.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
See if they stay on the ground for second down.
Well, both teams practice this situation, and this time the guys on offense won, and in a very nice one.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And good field position coming up here. The football at the 12-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Now Yeldon will take the direct snap. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. One receiver to the left is Evans.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Pretty quiet, team. We're pretty quiet.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And that's going to be incomplete. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
Now let's go. 3-19. Got 3-19.
Now he'll look to throw here on second. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Here we go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Out to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt. Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
5 yards to gain here on third down.
Now let's go.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Yeldon. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And here now come the Falcons. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go now.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Back to throw here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
This will be taken about the 12. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
While an incomplete pass certainly doesn't look like a good play, for the guy throwing it today, as many interceptions he's thrown, he's got to feel a sigh of relief that the ball actually hit the ground and didn't go in the other direction.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Single, slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island. Set, blue 90. 60. Blue 90. He likes to go for the sideline.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. So 3rd and 20, defense in the nickel.
Surprised they didn't go with 6 DBs, the dime look.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position.
Hurry up, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Lucky 56. All right, here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
He'll look to throw. They go with the screen. It's Yeldon. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wondered if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Carolina, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.
Don't make me beg, don't make me wait. I need a hold in the darkness of the night. And when I stray, show me my place. You are my shelter, baby, let me feel your light. One foot in a deep revival, another one going in the fire. Only one that can save me now. this aching pain when you're away, like a burning ship that sets the sails to you. Fingertips, press my lips, make me sing that holy song the way you do. Holy Ghost inside, let it loose and lay it on. Only one that can save me now is you. Healing, oh, I need a healing. I can feel it now, I can feel it now. Got to give it up now. Healing, oh, I need a healing. I can feel it now, I can feel it now. Got to give it up now. Oh, I need it. Oh, I need
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the Knox in the house, right? And I go by the name of Wyclef. I bought the band. And we need all the ladies to report on the dance floor. And you know my slogan, no fighting and no fighting.
Poppin' knockin' when I met you, shorty had the long extension. Told her I'm a Batman, but I only got the best intention. Tougher, not a bluffer. I want you to be Molly. Don't have to take it undercover. Just on the bells are ringing, people singing, rice is throwing, flower bringing. Ting-a-ling-a-ling, the honeymoon is when we going, and I take you to a place that you didn't even know exists. What's your wish? Then I have to hit for Tower and Paris.
Shot us in the basement party, yeah. Turn into the greatest party, yeah. Never see my baby coming. Just once, and we went up, yeah. And my love tripping, yeah. Now I feel my body drifting, yeah. Baby girl, she got me lifted, the mind tripping, yeah. Excuse her while she kisses the sky. 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 Jaws dropping when she walking, kind of thing that happen often. More than just a little happy shooting down the city. Black the latest gears when she wear. You see that sun in the air. Fashion week all year, throwing money in the air. Just happy with my lady. Other girls they wanna hate her. It comes with the territory. Ball players wanna date her. All we got is loyalty. I'm treating you like royalty. I'ma spawn you every day of the week. Shot us in the basement party, yeah. Turn into the greatest party, yeah. Never see my baby coming. Just once, then we went up, yeah. And my love tripping.